right. Let's here. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Let me make sure all of this is volume is up. Go over here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone who is joining me. Let's see. Page. Hi, everybody. We're going to be wrapping up this 5-day live stream series. I just want to make sure I have it in all the places. How's everybody's Friday going? Happy Friday. I'm excited about today. And might help if I spell right. All right. As you're coming into the room, definitely say hello to me in the comments so I know you're here and that you're joining. And we're about to get started. All right. So all week we've been talking about this concept around revitalizing your brand, because I truly believe that as you evolve, your brand should evolve with you. And a lot of times, because when you have created a business for yourself and you have success, you don't always evolve your brand. So a lot of times I work with clients where their brand is, the same as it was 2-3 years ago, and they're not even the same person anymore, right? And so that's why it's so important for you to really kind of take stock and see, are you in a phase where your brand really needs some zhuzhing, right? Or some revitalizing to bring it up to who you are now as a person. Hey, who you are now as a person, to where your work is at now, right? And so throughout these 5 days, we've talked about content, we've talked about community building, we've talked about amplifying your brand's visibility, we've talked about the importance of fine-tuning your brand journey. And then today we're going to talk about visual branding, which is my first love when it comes to branding. So for those that don't know me, I am Famira. I'm your community-focused brand coach, and I help women entrepreneurs to create a presence online that is in alignment with their divine self, right? Most of the women I work with are trailblazers. So that means you are doing things differently. You are disrupting the status quo when it comes to the way in which you serve your community and the way in which you share your gifts. And so when I first got started in branding, in this branding field, it was through visual branding. And it actually was on accident that I came into doing this work that now I've been doing for 10 years. I started out in a very popular MLM in the online space, and quickly realized how I could utilize online to reach more people, but I knew I wanted to actually create a community. I didn't want it to just be, me being known as the such and such woman. I wanted to be known for what I actually wanted to help women with, which was show up and show out was my original first tagline, right? And feeling good about themselves in their own skin. And so I help them with, skin products and all of those different things. And so I wanted it to be more about that, that self-love, that self-confidence. And I just happened to also sell these products, right? So came online. I did a lot of content around fashion, because that's another area that I'm, into. It was around fashion and, all these different concepts of like really just owning who you are and feeling good in your own body, right? And so with that, I started teaching my own self graphic design. I had a little bit of background because in the corporate realm, I spent 20 years in the administrative positions, supporting CEOs and directors and of departments. And so with that, there did come some graphic design around like flyers and different things that I have been creating. So I decided to kind of hone my skills to essentially plant my flag in the online space on Facebook at the time, and so that's what I did. Well, what ended up happening was I ended up having a bunch of people come into my inbox that was like, who's doing your branding?" And I was like, "Me, I'm doing it myself." And so then people started asking me to do theirs, to do different social media posts for them, doing websites, sales pages, the whole 9 yards, right? And so that's how I broke into this whole realm of branding. And then Canva was brand new when Canva came out. I taught myself how to utilize Canva and Photoshop and all those different things, all those different tools. And even to this day, people always still ask me about my visuals because now I'm teaching myself AI and how to create images with AI, and that's been really fun. And so when you see the graphics, even for this live stream series, the pictures that is in that graphic is AI generated, right? And so there's a lot of great things you could do, especially because, as a woman of color, especially as a Black woman, finding the exactly right stock photo that I want to kind of convey the energy and the message of what I'm trying to put out doesn't necessarily match, right? Like it's hard to find. So I'm able to utilize AI to create exactly the look and feel that I'm going for a particular project. It's not it's not always easy, and it definitely takes trial and error, and you have to have the time and space to be able to do it. But I find it fun, so I like to play around with it and do it. So visually, my brand has evolved several times over the last 10 years. It's actually going through an evolution even now as I continue to streamline my work and how I want to show up in the marketplace, right? And so, yes, there's certain aspects of branding that you don't necessarily need when you're first starting out, but majority of the women that I work with, they've been in business for a while now, 3, 5, 7. Some have been in business longer than me, 10, 11, 15 years, right? And so there does come a time when it's time to rebrand or revitalize your brand and your empire. And the visual component of that is a big thing because you always want to make sure that your visual branding is in alignment with your actual true essence. There's nothing worse than, seeing all this amazing branding and it gives off this particular, because visuals give off a vibe, right? They make you feel like you know the person. You think you know the type of personality that you're going to get, especially if they're not somebody that goes live. If they have like super vibrant colors, then you think their energy is going to be vibrant, right? Like that. If it's more earth tones, neutrals, then you psychologically make a decision that that person is going to probably be more laid back, right? Because colors mean things, right? Colors have a psychological connection to them. Yes, we can't leave out the AI. They have a psychological component to it. And so a lot of times what I see is that people create branding in a visual context that doesn't even match their personality, that doesn't match, the energy of the work that they do. And I am someone who wholeheartedly believes and the power and the reality of things have to flow both energetically as well as strategically, right? So there's that spiritual piece and that strategy piece that comes together in order to really create something amazing that will reach your people and that will really foster a deeper connection with them, right? And your images are no different, right? They're a part of that. So you want to make sure that as you are moving through, take an account, right? This is a great time of year to do that. I normally do a event December called my great brand revamp, right? Because it's a great time to really look and see like what are certain aspects, what about my brand worked this year, what didn't work, what kind of things do I need to reset, what do I need to, revitalize, like what are those things, what does it look like? And then you're able to make those decisions so that your brand is continuously evolving as you move through it, right? And so you have to make sure, because you want people to know, like when you show up, that they feel like, oh, okay. You don't want people to, when they actually connect with you, especially from our people where you're the one actually doing the work, right? When you're a coach or a service provider and you're the one that's actually going to be working with the person, you don't want it to be totally off. There's a sweet spot that needs to happen in regards to the energy of the work that you do, the service that you provide, your personality, and what's going to actually attract your audience. There's an overlap in those three things, and that middle ground is the sweet spot around what it should look like visually, right? And so you want to be able to select images that captivate your audience and really creates that connection so that they become community members, because we know there's a difference between having an audience and having a community. And our goal is to shift your audience into being active community members, right? And you want your imagery to also tell your brand story, right? What are you trying to convey? And we talked about the brand journey yesterday. So if you haven't checked out that video, wherever you're watching this at, you'll be able to see the other videos, because I'm going live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So you'll be able to find the other videos. But I talked in great detail about the journey. And so you want to make sure that your visual brand is aligned, right? Because whatever you're putting out, your sales pages for your various services that you offer, if you actually have a home-based website for people to go and to learn more about you, you want to be able to have that as in alignment as well. Your social media, if you're showing up on different platforms, there should be a level of cohesiveness that's happening throughout those different platforms, so that no matter where somebody encounters you, if you do send them somewhere else, they still feel like I'm in the same place, right? And so let's see. Modern Mogul HQ says, my colors are more to the brand than me personally, but I think it matches and hopefully isn't too off. Yeah, so you want to just kind of take an inventory and look at it and see, is it creating that sweet spot, right? Because if you're the one that's providing the service, you want it to go with your brand. And I get that a lot of times people are trying to separate themselves from their brand, which is harder to do when you're the person delivering the services, right? And so if you have a team that people are working with and they're not working with you, it's a little bit of a different situation, right? But when people are actually going to be sitting down and having a conversation with you and working with you, you don't want it to be any type of surprise. You want people to essentially know exactly what they're getting when they say yes, so that way they don't feel like it was any level of a bait and switch happening, even through your visual design, right? Because it's just nothing worse than when you purchase something and you're thinking you're getting one thing, and then you thinking you're getting this, like I said, this vibrant person, and then they get on and they're like, so yeah, I'm glad that you're here today and we're going to be working on your strategy. And you're like, what? This is not the energy I was expecting, right? Or vice versa, right? Where you think you're getting somebody that's laid back and then they're like, yeah, so let's go, right? It's just energetically off, right? You want people, your biggest compliment, even with your visual branding, if there was no words on your social media or on your website. I said this all the time when I used to do people's design. People should go to your website, to your social media, and even if there was no words and no picture of you, and know exactly who they're getting, right? Like who they're going to be working with. The biggest compliment you can get is when you get someone who hasn't necessarily been connected to your work previously. They find you, they see the thing, they're interested in it, they purchase it. And when they show up to the call and you start talking and you all start connecting and they say to you, you're exactly how I visioned you would be, then you know you hit the jackpot, right? Then you know that it matches, right? Then you know that you're on the right the right path in regards to your visual branding, because your visual branding does speak on your behalf, right? And so you want to make sure that it's telling the proper story. You want to make sure it is consistent across all of your branding elements, right? So you can do different themes, depending on what you have going on. If you're someone who has more than one program, or you have, like, I have memberships, and then I have a program that I'm coming out with called Revitalize, which is why I'm doing this 5-day series, 11-week program. So I have that. They have different branding, but you could tell they're cousins, right? You could tell they're part of the same family. If you look at the branding of the different things that I put out, you could tell they're siblings, right? Like they belong to the same family, even though they have their very own distinct personalities because of the work that it is, right? But you want to create and make sure there's a level of consistency that is happening across all the things that you put out, right? So whether that looks like you keep all of the font consistent, right? Maybe you change up some of the colors. Like for me, I have a large color palette. So some people in branding will tell you should only have like 1 or 2 colors, 3 colors max. Well, I have like 4 or 5 colors, but out of that color palette, I have 2 colors that are normally that I use all the time, right? And then I have some other ones that I kind of sprinkle here and there. But when it comes to my programs, each program is a different one of my colors, and it allows people to subconsciously, whether they realize it or not, know, okay, I'm on this track, right? Because I'm following what happens with this color, right? And so that's where I'm kind of at in regards to what I need, because even in the realm of branding, I talk about different topics, right? So I talk about content creation, I talk about messaging and storytelling, I'm talking about visual branding, I'm talking about community building. There's different pillars that fall underneath the work. And so there's different ways you could do it that feels really good. Energetically, but it's also still strategic, right? To help you get the result that you want. But the key is just that it is consistent. Sometimes some of my programs, I'll be like, oh, I want to play with a different font on this program because it just has, a different vibe to it. I'll do that, but the colors stay consistent. The placement is the same. The sizing matters, right? The way I lay it out and do things, all of that matters. And then when you're looking at the actual images you use, and I'm talking about like the stock photos that you're going to use, all of those things matter, right? And what kind of background are you using? Stock photos that are kind of moody, stormy kind of looking? Are you utilizing stock photos that are super bright? Are they minimalist, right? Like what is the vibe with that? And and making sure that is consistent as well across all of your branding elements. So these are the types of things that a lot of times as solopreneurs, when you're putting stuff together, you may not necessarily be thinking about or have the eye for, because you're not a graphic designer, right? Like that's not the work that you do. And so we get into this space where it's like, at the end of the day, we do something that's good enough to get out so that we can get our work out into the world for people to recognize and purchase. But there comes a time where you want to go a step further. You want to either learn more about it so that now when I'm hiring somebody, right, to do it, I know kind of some of the language to talk. I know what I need to be asking for. I know how to communicate my desires to the person that is going to be doing the actual visual branding for you, right? Because everyone is not necessarily, every graphic designer, every brand, visual brand strategist is not gifted at being able to pull stuff out of your head, right? That happens to be one of my ministries, right? Like I've worked with people so many times where they're trying to explain it to me, but I hear what they don't say, right? It's part of my spiritual gifting. And so I'm able to reach into their mind. This is their words, not mine. Reach into their mind and pull out the visual of what they were trying to create, even when they can't explain it. Now, there's some very talented graphic designers, very talented branding people who cannot go into your brain and pull it out. They need you to be able to explain it, and they need you to be able to put words to it. And so that's one of the things I will be teaching you how to do, along with a lot of other amazing things inside of the Revitalized 11-week program. And so, because you really want to make sure that you're creating something that's very authentic, but it's also captivating. The visual branding is what stops the scroll, right? That's what gets people to stop on your page and be like, okay, what are they talking about? Let me go check it out and see what they're talking about. And you're capturing their attention. And then once you have captured their attention, then you have to create that connection so that they want to follow you, they want to engage, they want to keep coming back to your page. Oh, that rhymed. I wasn't trying. I wasn't trying to rhyme. That's hilarious. But anyway, but that's that's how it works, right? And so you really wanted to speak to the person that you actually want to be talking to. So you want to make, this is why this is why it is actually important to have a level of consistency when it comes to your branding, because you needed to get bars or bars. That's so funny. You needed to get people's attention so that then they're like, okay, let me go see what this person is talking about. I like the feel of this. I like what this is about, right? And so, and then once you have them there, the content and context of what you're sharing, that's what then keeps them, right? Where we talked about content on day one, content is the conversation, right? So the visual stops them in their tracks. The content is the conversation that now they are going to engage in that conversation. As they're engaging in that conversation, then they get to clearly see what the brand journey looks like, right? What is the journey that you are taking them on to get to the desired result that they want? And then they stick around for the journey to become a part of the community and to become your clients, right? So you begin to see like how all these different things work together. But a lot of times as entrepreneurs, like I said on day one, we jump in because we're excited about what we have to share and how we can help. And we don't necessarily know to put all these pieces together. And so that's what Revitalize is all about. Revitalize Your Empire is an 11-week program. It's going to be starting on January 22nd. This is the inaugural cohort for this particular program. I'm super excited about it. I haven't had a group program in about 2 years. I really love group programs. I keep mine small. So this first round, either way, it won't have no more than 30 people in it, right? That is the max for the group program. So it's not one of these programs that's going to have like hundreds of people in it where you won't be able to talk to me or get my eyes on your stuff. I like intimate spaces for that reason, right? And so during those 11 weeks, we are going to be talking about all the things. So we're going to be talking about content. We're going to be talking about how to actually create your hero's journey, to create that brand journey, so that when people are coming into your space, they just kind of naturally move themselves along the line right into your offers, right? The whole art of community building, the art of storytelling within your content. We're going to talk about this visual branding transformation that needs to happen to make sure that it is aligned, that you have soulful imagery, that you know how I'm going to literally be showing you some of my secrets on how I find these things. We'll have conversations around AI and all of those things in this program. So I am excited for it, and I want to invite you all. You can go to www.revitalizeyourempire.com and check it out. I will let you know this is my Black Friday offer. So I haven't started promoting it to the public yet. It actually comes out to the public on Black Friday. You all are finding out about it first because you're showing up on this live stream series. So but you'll notice that I haven't put up like any content around it. I haven't put up any sales posts around it or anything like that because it's technically not open yet. But I'm opening it up to you all early for participating in this live stream series. And I have some bonuses that will be attached to this particular offer. And so this 11-week program, it could easily be $10,000. It could easily be $5,000. It's not none of that. If you pay in full, it's $2,888. So it's $2,888. I do have an extended payment plan available right now that is 6 payments of $588. Those rates will be good through my birthday, which is the end of the month. November 30th is my birthday. If you pay in full, you get 3 additional bonuses. So if you pay in full, you get a one-on-one strategy session with me, which will happen during the 9th week of the program. So you will have been putting all your pieces together. We've been walking through all the things, and then you'll get to have a strategy session with me for us to kind of work out any kinks and for me to get, my eyes on your stuff and to help you strategize what you want to do in order to bring this new revitalized brand out to the world, right? You also, during week 7, will get I'm doing a done with you design clinic where all the people that pay in full will get together in a group setting and we will actually do design work together. I will be helping you as you're designing, giving you tips on change this, make this bigger, put this here, lighten this up, shadow this, right? All of those different little small things that you might not have the eye for, I'm going to be showing you how to do inside of this design clinic, right? And then the third pay in full bonus is going to be an AI class where I will be showing you how to utilize AI in your brand's voice, right? To help you with creating content and all of those good things. So the quicker you join, the more bonuses you get, right? Because I have the vanishing bonuses, right? So after certain days, certain bonuses go away, right? So you want to check out the site. The expiration dates is right there, so there's nothing for you to guess. You can go and see exactly when all the bonuses expire. And if you do the payment plan, I have bonuses that everyone gets as well. So everyone will also get a Canva template bundle that I've created that has over 1,000 different templates in it. Everything from workbook designs to banners to sales graphics to presentation slides. There's all kinds of stuff in there that you would need for your business that you can just adapt and change to fit your brand, right? So you'll get access to that template bundle. You'll also get access to a year's worth of content prompts. So if you're someone who hates content or struggles with content, and you will have access to that. And then you also will get access to a pre-recorded workshop where you get instant access to the Business Prosperity Activated Master Course. So they're not already disappearing yet. No, because remember, you're early. So this doesn't actually go live until Black Friday. So for example, the one-on-one strategy for the pay in full and the template bundle, that mega bundle, that expires after the 24th. So after November 24th, those 2 bonuses go away, right? That's so if you sign up by Black Friday, on Black Friday as the latest date, you get everything. You get all 6 bonuses if you pay in full. If you do the payment plan, then you get the 3 bonuses, right? Then the next one, bonus 2 under each one, expires on the 26th, which I believe is Sunday, or it may be Monday. I'm not sure, but it's either Sunday or Monday. Those 2 bonuses then go away. And then the third bonus on each level goes away on my birthday. So so then after anyone that signs up after my birthday, because it'll still be open, because remember, we don't start till January. So after my birthday, the extended payment plan goes away and all the bonuses goes away. So anyone that signs up in December, they could still sign up for the program, but it will be a different payment plan option. It won't be as generous essentially as the 6-part payment plan. It'll be less payments, but you'll still be able to access that, but all the bonuses will be gone. So that's how that works. So if that makes sense. If you are already a member inside of my brand growth incubator, you also get an additional discount. So I will be sharing about that inside of the group. So if you're interested in joining this program, you can do that as well, right? So that's how that works. If you have any other questions about Revitalize Your Empire, please, please, please ask your questions. Don't make assumptions and just assume that, it's not, that it's not there or it's not an option. Ask me. I don't have a problem with boundaries. So I will let you know. And I'm happy to answer any of your questions about the program. I'm really excited about it. And again, this is the inaugural class that will be starting in January. We're starting the week of January 22nd is when the 11 weeks starts. And so I have some fun things planned for the month of December for those that are enrolling, but the actual course itself doesn't start until the 22nd. So come inside to the space and let's revitalize your brand and help you move it to the next level so that it matches the next level that you're ready to step into, right? Because looking at your content, your community building, your amplifying your visibility is necessary, right? Understanding what that brand journey really looks like and making sure that your offers are aligned with the journey that you're creating, right? And then also making sure that your visual brand makes sense, right? I'm going to put the link in the comments. So there is the link. Let's see. Empire. All right. So the link is in the comments. The link will also be in the body of this video, wherever that's at as well. So you'll be able to click on it and check it out. But I'm excited about it. Thank you all for tuning in for my 5 days of revitalizing your brand. Again, if you haven't seen the other videos, you can still check them out. Right now, I don't plan to take them down. I'm not sure. I know they won't ever go down for my, you'll always be able to find them on my YouTube channel. But I'm not sure if they'll stay on Facebook and Instagram. But right now, I don't have any plans to take them down. So you'll be able to check if you haven't seen the other ones that were held throughout the week. You can check those as well. And then ask me any questions you got. I love to see some of you inside of the program. If you know someone else, another woman entrepreneur that needs this, please send them the information, let them know, let them check it out. On the website, I break down what we're going to be talking about each week, what you can plan to walk away with and everything, so you can see exactly what is happening in the space. I'm very transparent on the sales page. So definitely check it out. But if you continue to have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. You all have an amazing Friday night. Thank you for taking the time to be here with me tonight. And I'll see y'all next week. All right. Have a good one. Bye.